What a game we have coming up here. A top 10 team perhaps walking right into a trap. As any fan of college football knows, when you go on the road, you never know what you might run into. Glad to have you with us in Memorial Stadium in Lawrence, Kansas, home to the Jayhawks. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the TCU Horned Frogs, taking on a team that ranks in the top 5 in this conference, the Kansas Jayhawks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. And the Jayhawks will kick it away to start. Fielded in the end zone. It's Hamilton. Knocked down right at the 25, and I guess he breaks even, bringing it out of the end zone. So TCU's offense makes its way onto the field to open this game. This wide receiver matchup is one that we've been waiting to see. You have two guys on either side, Jesse, who are really going to make the secondaries nervous.
Oh, they should, because these guys can take the top off of defense. You've got two very dynamic individuals playing on each offense, and if I'm playing quarterback in this game for either team, I am going to take my shots and give my guy an opportunity, because both of these guys, David, have proven they can make circus-level catches.
I mean, when they're not open, they're open. I mean, they can make the dynamic catches, the contested catches. They have the speed. They are two of the best playmakers in all of the country. So whenever an offense has the football today, you're going to like the show.
We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. Snap to the back. Defense played the Wildcat very well on that one, stopping them for a short gain. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Wants to go up top. That's caught. It's Hamilton. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. And the Horned Frogs are moving quickly down the field. Now on the option. Finds a little space. There he goes. Ripping off the huge gain down to the 17-yard line.
And this defense has to be so disciplined. Like, you just got to understand, I can't all go for the quarterback, and too much attention on the quarterback. We didn't play the pitch really well. That's why this offense is really hard to stop.
Bringing the heat. Touchdown, Horned Frogs. A great catch and run for 6.
This guy has been an absolute force in this offense early this season, guys. We're only in the 3rd game. He's already got 3 touchdown catches. Talk about a matchup nightmare for opposing defenses.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the PAT makes it 7-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the score comes on a 17-yard throw for the touchdown. He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So Kansas offense will have its first possession of the game. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, David.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick. The ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will. A really nice day. And I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him to make plays through the air.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think he really earned his offensive coordinator's trust after that performance. So I'm anticipating the playbook to expand a little bit in this game. Maybe see some new schemes in the passing game just based on what this guy was able to do the last time he took the field.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24. The Jayhawks trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line.
That's going to drive the defensive coordinator crazy because these guys take pride on their sub-defense packages. When you get into 3rd and long situations, that's when D coordinators love to get creative and throw all these exotic blitzes and pressure the quarterback. Nobody got even close to him that time. Way too much time to survey the field. And that was just way too easy for the offense to pick up that first.
Breaks the tackle.
When you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football that time on the option play, I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
And the Jayhawks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. The give to the back. He had to fight for a couple down to the 33. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Off the play fake. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
The coaches talked about gotta get to the quarterback, gotta ruffle his feathers a little bit. How about this first drive, man? They've already sacked him twice. This will pay dividends throughout a football game.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Working that left side now. Offense has gained momentum with 3rd down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25. The Jayhawks had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. This has been the unending drive. It has gone on forever. It has chewed clock, but now it faces 3rd and long. Quickly out on the screen to the wide receiver. Oh, he didn't get there, and what a stop against an offense that's been magnificent on 3rd down. Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. Never a doubt for this big-footed guy. 49-yard field goal is good. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
First play of this drive comes from the 27. Use the play fake, now to throw. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. The Horned Frogs now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. He'll ride his man on the option. Got room to work. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Offense breaks the huddle. It's 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Complete downfield. And he steps out of bounds, and that's going to do it for the first quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and TCU has the lead. And we've come to the end of one, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. They're in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, and this is why you have a prominent jawline and an urgent resolve. They'll go for it.
Yeah, in 4th and inches, you know what's coming. You know they're going to run the quarterback sneak, but it's one of the hardest plays in football to stop. You got to find a way to dive from the defensive line spot and stop the feet of the quarterback, and they couldn't do it. And listen, they only needed inches. That's what makes it so difficult to stop.
It can get pretty wild in the Big 12. Some of these outposts are like snake pits when you have to go on the road. Got to get off to a quick start in conference play.
It is always wacky, Reese. Like,
breaks into the open. And he's knocked down, but there's also laundry on the field. We'll see what the officials have called. A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. They'll line up for a second down play. Pulls it in. It's Hamilton. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
It is so good for an offense early in the game to get in a rhythm and to start stringing first downs together. It makes the game really easy and puts that defense in a situation where they're starting to get tired. They want to sub. They want to get other guys on the field. Stringing first downs together like this makes it hard to defend.
They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
QBs that can run completely change your game plan. I mean, every single bit of it. You have to understand now as a pass rusher, I got to keep him in the pocket. I got to understand all the zone read concepts and the power read and the jet read, all the different things they can do to you. So, you know, having a guy back there at the helm that can run the football, you better be alert of it from the first play to the end of the fourth quarter.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Put it where only his man could get it and gave him enough room to get the foot down. And the Horned Frogs have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. He'll pull it down and run. And into the end zone. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line.
Man, you cannot coach this to quarterbacks. Hard focus downfield, soft focus around you. As soon as he felt the lane, he was gone. No second guessing at all. That was picture perfect, and he uses his speed to just gash the defense.
They'll try it again from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Finds his big tight end. Touchdown, TCU! The offense cashing it in on that drive. Timely decisions, effective play management helps them get in the end zone after that marathon drive.
And every time the offense needed a play, boom, they got it. I mean, you think about it. Whether it's a small run, small pass, whatever they needed, they got it done, and they popped it in for the score.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Kansas gets the ball back, and the Jayhawk offense is ready to go to work. There's a little more urgency attached to this drive. They've only been able to put up a field goal and start this one down 14-3. He'll keep it himself. Gets away from one. He's got space. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense, there's nobody there taking him, so he puts his foot in the ground, he gets upfield, and he's got really nice elusiveness once he's out in the open field. He shows you that on that explosive play, picking up the first.
Finds his back in the middle. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They'll run it out of the shotgun. He gets nothing, and they're staying stubborn with this running game, but at some point you're going to have to change your thought process. Might as well stick with him. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. 3rd down, and they'll need to get the ball to the 38-yard line. They'll send the back in motion. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play. And the Jayhawks will punt it away on 4th down. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. Going to make sure he doesn't get a return on this one as the punt bounces out of bounds. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. They've been firing on all cylinders, touchdowns on each of the first 2 drives, and they'll try to make it 3 for 3. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Oh, they're after him! And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the middle. And the 3rd down pass incomplete after a good deflection by the defense. The Horned Frogs will try to pin them back with the punt. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Let's see what this offense has dialed up this time. Sends it back in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. The Jayhawks with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. 2nd down, he'll throw it. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24. And the Jayhawks will bring the punt team onto the field. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Makes a move. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards and up out the O. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that's a great job by the defense, understanding exactly the situation, understanding to stay home, play sound. No matter who gets the football, we're going to run to the football hard. We're going to cage the football, be disciplined. Nice job by the defense.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Here comes the heat. And the quarterback is toast back at the 35. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. From the gun, running back gets to give. Oh, he's got some space. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the 1st down. And the Horned Frogs racing to the line in the hurry-up. Motion from the back. Wants to throw on 1st down. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Got his man downfield. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped.
Well, this guy already has a touchdown. He almost had his 2nd right there. You saw how good he is after he has the ball in his hands. Great job by the quarterback. A, finding him, B, getting it to him quickly, and then his speed and his God-given ability does the rest. He's got his offense.
Touchdown, Horned Frogs! That's the way you finish a drive and put up points. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead.
And they cap off the drive with a touchdown, throwing the football. In the last play, they got the explosive. They get right back to the line of scrimmage and dial up another one. Great work by the quarterback and his target being on the same page. These last 2 plays, throwing the football, man, it doesn't get any better than that.
And he's coming out of the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. Pulled it, finds his man on the left. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. So now it's 2nd and long. Back to pass. Fires to the tight end. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. Clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. He'll be stopped at the 41, but give him 10 on that play. They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. And that one's incomplete.
Well, he's linked up with his quarterback 4 times in this first half. Finally, they're not able to connect on that one. I think the defense just had enough. I think they've said, you know what? You can throw it somewhere else, but you're not going to get it to that guy. We're going to have coverage helping out on that receiver.
And with that incompletion, man, this crowd, I don't know that they are really happy about what's going on. I mean, they already built a deficit, and they don't have a lot to cheer about. They got to get some kind of rhythm, something going on this offense to ignite this fan base.
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
And I like the aggressiveness. I understand you're down, right before the half. You want to go get some points, but you can't turn the football over here. Now you've set the other team up in a position to maybe get more points as the first half's winding down.
So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Finds his tight end.
Man, and tight ends in today's modern college football are so difficult to stop because they're so much more athletic than they used to be. Today, they're just like big wide receivers. So defensively, how do you stop it? Do you have someone who has the physical dimensions to match up with this guy?
Touchdown, TCU! And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him.
And we are officially in blowout mode. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen so many explosive plays, and they score again before going in at halftime, guys. I'm hoping we can have a running clock here in the second half.
And the extra point gives them a 28-3 lead. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. Out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Waning seconds of the first half. Let's see how they handle it. Out of the chute. Quick toss to the right. And the defense doesn't let him get loose, and that's going to wrap things up here in the half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
All right, fellas, looks like we've got a great atmosphere there today in Lawrence. And we'd be remiss if we didn't start this halftime report by giving props to this superstar tight end. He's been almost, you know what, check that. He has been unguardable with that unusual blend of speed, size, hands, and route running. He is a pick-your-poison kind of player. And with that, let's kick it back to the guys at Kansas Memorial Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. The Horned Frogs will kick it away to crank up the second half. Bringing it out. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Kansas offense returns to the field. Huge deficit to start this third quarter. They just need to find something to build a little confidence.
Yeah, it hasn't gone well. When you're trailing by this much, this first drive.
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
This has been a rough night for this offensive line. Man, they have not protected their quarterback. Everything starts with the big guys up front. That's their 5th sack given up of the game.
Hauls it in. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. They'll run it from the gun. And again, stopped right in his tracks, nowhere to run. The Jayhawks will punt this one away. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Got a man. It's McWilliams. Wrestled out of bounds at the 12, and another productive play on this drive. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. Direct snap. Got enough space, and he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Horned Frogs! Follow the blocker. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Kansas gets the ball back, and the Jayhawk offense is ready to go to work. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Knocked down at the 26 after ripping off 10 there. They'll snap it from the 26 on first down. Gives it on the option. Turning it on. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down. To the air on first down. Got a man. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. And the Jayhawks can really attack on this second and short. Off the RPO, complete. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. They'll try to sneak it.
And, David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get by.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successful.
And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. This offense hasn't found the end zone yet. Starting to move, it's 1st and 10. Now the toss. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
This offense is just like Novocaine. Like, just give it time. It just keeps working. It's a slow death, right? Like, they continue to just chip away. Nice first down play. Nice read. Get it to the pitch man. Sets up a great second down opportunity.
Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. They'll try to get it in with the run. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. 2nd and goal for the offense. Wants to go up top. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. Now on 3rd and goal, and that earlier sack left him with more ground to cover. From the gun, wants to pass. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
That's 2 plays in a row now. I think this quarterback's been a bit too greedy. Down by the goal line. I know you want to throw a touchdown. You want to make the highlight-type play, but you've got to be smart. You've got to know the situation. You've got to throw the ball away if nobody's open.
And you want a touchdown, and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. They've been dominant, and now they'll try to execute to their own standard. Big run from deep in his own end, and he's out of bounds at the 28-yard line. Lining up in the Wildcat, let's see what they've got. Gets the back moving. On the direct snap, it's Hamilton. He's got his man. Turning on the Jets. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, TCU.
This guy is officially a problem. His second receiving touchdown of the game. Nice job by the offense. Dude, if I've got a matchup I like, continue to pick at it until they stop it.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And that kick was perfectly down the middle. They wasted no time on that drive. 2 plays, touchdown just like that. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner will be brought down. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. The Jayhawks with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. And the Jayhawks come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. They get to him as he throws. Just a Baryshnikov-like move on the sideline to tap that toe and get the first down. Big pickup before he goes out of bounds, but there is a flag. We'll have to see if it stands. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Rushes on him. He'll pull it down. Another incompletion on 3rd down. The Jayhawks send out the punt unit. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. Makes the catch at the midfield logo. Wide open, and it's a foot race. Really explosive when he gets his hands on the ball, and he found a couple of crevices and made a nice game before being run out of bounds. Offense in the sumo set with the big boys. They'll run the option. Now the pitch. And that might have been a bad read as the defense just swarms all over the pitch man. And the Horned Frogs have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Slithers into space. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. As we enter the 4th quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. After swapping into the field, they gave him a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on 3rd down. Quarterback on the keeper. He stopped right at the 15-yard line. Needed a little bit more to move the chains. Chip shot field goal from here, but will they go for it on 4th down? And that is no good. Well, they missed the field goal. That's about the only thing that hasn't gone their way in this one. The Kansas offense returns to the field. Looking downfield on 1st down. It's complete. And he broke 1 tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Trying to escape and get it himself. How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself? Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. looking to throw on first down. It's complete to the left.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
And the Jayhawks with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Fires to the tight end. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. And the quarterback is sacked. There are penalty flags down, but this might be doubly bad for the offense. I think the penalty might be on them. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Looking to fire. They'll run the screen. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Deep shot for the end zone. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Blasted as he lets it go. The incomplete pass makes this series end in frustration as they turn it over on downs. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. There he goes. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Running into the open space. Tackle is made at the 44, but he picked up 10 yards and enough for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Handoff to the single running back. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. The Horned Frogs in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. A run for the quarterback. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. And the Horned Frogs come to the line with a new set of downs. The run from the shotgun. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
The Horned Frogs back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Use the play fake, now to throw. Got him downfield. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. And the Horned Frogs will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. They'll run the option. Power football with the run. Touchdown, Horned Frogs! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They push the lead out here in the 4th quarter and close to getting back on track and going 2-1.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the O.
Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Kansas gets the ball back, and the Jayhawk offense is ready to go to work. They'll go to the ground. Slams into the pile. He'll get 1 to the 17.
Now, what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
And how about this offense, man? It's been a rough day. You're getting beat down. You're trying to find some kind of momentum late in the game to build something off of, and you give up another sack.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. The Jayhawks will line up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. At midfield, trying to turn it upfield. And the returner will be brought down. TCU has it back and the Horned Frogs go on offense. There wasn't much need to throw it around on that last drive for the touchdown, Jesse. They got it done. Breaks into the open. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
And I think as a running back, if you're this guy, you're licking your chops right now. This is what you want, right? You've got a big lead in the 4th quarter, and you're smiling because you know you are going to get the rock. They're going to force feed you the football to try and ice this game, and he's paying him off right now. That's a really nice run.
Just inside the 35, 1st and 10 from the 34. Smart move to keep it on the ground. Hard running there. And that stiff arm is a weapon for this runner. He uses it and picks up a 1st down. Just outside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 21. The give to the tailback. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. And while the game is all but decided, why not try to get another one if you can? That's part of the fun, right? They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. 2nd and goal for this offense. Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug hurtling his way toward a windshield, and they did splatter them. An absolutely dominating performance.
You got to give the coaching staff a ton of credit. They obviously had their guys ready to play and motivated right from the opening kick. All 3 phases we saw, just spectacular football. No mental mistakes, David. You really can't play better than that.
Nah, it's really fun to do this. Come out and just dominate opponents. Start from finish. Nothing to worry about. You just know you're